think the reason that higher education work is important to me is that it is a realm that forces you to be creative due to having limited resources and sometimes unlimited imagination. That balance of unlimited imagination and limited resources is something that forces you to be creative. The main source of inspiration to becoming an architect was my father. He was also an architect. He was always very optimistic that architecture is one of the major vehicles for representing our society. And that remains very inspiring to me. I worked on a variety of projects from multifamily housing to retail to cultural projects to higher ed projects. I realized while working on a lot of the cultural projects that they were connected to institutions of higher education. And from then on, I was very interested in really serving that kind of client. And that's really where my interest was and what I wanted to do probably for the rest of my career. The School of Nursing swing space at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. It was my first project since I came to CPL. The swing space was important because it was important to take the limited resources that were left and come up with something that would function as a full school of nursing while the new building was underway. And working with the stakeholders there and our team, we're able to come up with location and secondly a design and a schedule that would fit into the academic flow of the university. And that is always important on college campuses, that projects are able to start and finish without disrupting the expectations of faculty, staff, and students. My leadership approach at CPL is to be an enabler and also a teacher and someone who shares. Leaders need to feel that they're all on the same team and that they all have the shared mission of doing very good work. And I think diversity is incredibly important, that we want people on our teams who have come from different aspects of experiences or life and bring those messages or those lessons to our projects and our clients. I take my exercise routines as small projects. I plan them and then I engage in them and I think about what worked and what didn't work. So I also think about the long term and even the medium term kind of goals, which helps me to break down this whole idea of lifelong health into smaller segments. And that's how I look at projects sometimes, is I look at them holistically and then I break them down into their various parts. And then when you're done with the workout, there's a sense of fulfillment that you've done something healthy. And in the same way, we hope that at the end of our projects, we've done something very good for our clients. One of the most significant aspects of it for me is seeing my own child and how she has been engaged in the education process, especially in thinking about how she will participate in higher education and learning. And so that really brings a lot of personal meaning to what I do every day. I'm Mayowa Alabi, and I am in higher education because it is pivotal to our future. How we discuss, how we resolve, and how we agree on what our future should look like.